The following is a World-Class Bullshitters exclusive.
Sony just announced it's making a fifth Ghostbusters after the success of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I, for one, am laughing, because the success of Ghostbusters Afterlife highlights the failure of Ghostbusters 2016. Ghostbusters Afterlife was good. It avoided most of the problems like The Force Awakens, Matrix Resurrections, and Halloween 2018 have, which was refreshing, because, rightly so, I wrote off movie sequels to old films before seeing most of them, because I was burned by Star Wars The Force Awakens. The remake that disguised itself as a sequel was a trend that a lot of other franchises cashed in on. Not only was it frustrating to hear excuses for all these bullshit films, but it was even more frustrating when they went out and rushed to see the sequels. Then they want to bitch about how bad remaking original films are after cheerleading on a film that does exactly the same thing this one did. Did you hate The Last Jedi? The Force Awakens is just as bad. Did you love Halloween 2018? Well, Halloween Kills killed any goodwill the remake brought. Evil dies tonight? No, I want this franchise to die tonight. Ghostbusters Afterlife was fun, and not saccharine like other films. It cut out a lot of the self-congratulatory bullshit like The Force Awakens, but it also treated the original film with the right gravitas. In The Force Awakens, every character knew the exploits of Han, Luke, and Leia. The new characters talked about the old characters like the audience does. It destroys the illusion of the world because they all conveniently know the events of the last film. It's like they went over to Wikipedia.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
The same for the Halloween series. They treat the exploits of these nothing characters like a legend that everyone should know. I get that a small town would never get over a murder, but rebooting Michael Myers and erasing the aspects that make him a bigger threat kills the aura around him. It makes these movies feel removed from their franchises because they become a celebration of the franchise to sell toys and merchandise instead of making a good movie. The return of Michael Myers wasn't about a return to form for slashers. It was to introduce Michael Myers to the next generation and sell them Funko Pop figures, high-end collectibles, masks, and more. That's why idiots on Twitter got outraged when Michael Myers killed a gay couple. The studio turned Michael Myers into a marketable boogeyman that can't do bad things, even though he's a vicious serial killer. Check out the video I made on the topic when the film was released. I'll save any deeper discussion on the Matrix Resurrections for another time, i.e. never, because I hated that movie. But I also don't like Reloaded or Revolutions. The first Matrix is a classic, but what follows isn't worth my time. Ghostbusters Afterlife avoided the problem I had with The Force Awakens and Halloween 2018. They found a way to connect the characters, but also wrote a good way for them to learn about the Ghostbusters history. That's where Paul Rudd saves the day. Paul Rudd can make anything better. He fits Ghostbusters well because his brand of comedy is in line with the original guys. He's been making us laugh for over 25 years and hasn't aged a single day. Paul Feig, on the other hand, his comedy isn't funny. Enough said. I get that one is a director and one is the most likable actor in history, but Ghostbusters is a tale of two Pauls, and Feig loses because that's what Feigs always do. I'm not oblivious to any of the callbacks in Ghostbusters Afterlife, but in that film, I had a good time. I love Star Wars more than most other things, but I was more invested in Egon's death in Return than literally any Star Wars character. The way they handled it with such reverence was something Disney could never do with Star Wars. They were so concerned with cashing in on nostalgia that they kept Leia in The Rise of Skywalker just to sell us more original characters. Carrie Fisher passed away the year before The Last Jedi even dropped. Disney should have respected her legacy and given her a more respectable departure from Star Wars. Instead, they turned her into this meme, and Frankensteined her into The Rise of Skywalker. Disney, take your own advice. Let her go. With Egon, it was truly magical to see him reappear alongside the other Ghostbusters and show that prehistoric bitch how they did things downtown one last time. I feel good about watching Ghostbusters Afterlife because it's an enjoyable film. During its production, I don't remember being called sexist by the actors. I just remember the desire to wipe out Ghostbusters 2016 from existence, and I went to support it. I even bought that box set because I was promised no Ghostbusters 2016, until Paul Feig had to stick his nose in and get his film put in as a digital copy. A lot of paper was used to print those codes. They were one-time trees. Paul Feig's complaint is destroying the planet. I thought it was bad enough torturing us with your bad comedies, Paul, but give these people air! The part I'm confused about is the numbering. Ghostbusters 5? That would imply all the films were in the same continuity. Ghostbusters 2016 takes place in an alternate 1985 where Biff is corrupt, powerful, and married to your mother. No matter how many films there are, I rank them the same. I put Ghostbusters 2016 in the 2016th spot, meaning there are 2015 better films out there. Is The Last Jedi one of them? Tell me in the comments below. I made it this far without ever attacking the female Ghostbusters for being female. That's a problem Ghostbusters 2016 has, but it's not the problem the movie has. Ghostbusters Afterlife had Phoebe, Spangler's granddaughter, a female Ghostbuster. I liked the character. I like all the characters in the film. Somehow they drained the last drop from the Stranger Things, Goonies well and created enjoyable characters who annoyed each other but not the audience. At the end of the day, it all boils down to money. Ghostbusters 2016 was too expensive to make and failed to entice an audience. I'm not surprised by it either. These things never make money. Self-important douchebags love to throw money at their cavalier ideas that most people will hate. That's how we got Ghostbusters 2016, but thankfully that version is a ghost. Let's bust them. My big concern is, where's the story gonna go? For as much as I enjoyed Ghostbusters Afterlife, I enjoyed it to the degree I did because I thought it was over. I thought Ghostbusters had been completed. It was a nice send-off to the franchise. That shot of Ecto-1 driving back to New York City, that was cool. But I don't want to see more Ghostbusters. I don't want to see these characters, the original characters, anything. Without Harold Ramis there, it feels empty. They found a way to include him in the story without him actually being alive, and it worked. But now you're just tempting fate. So I fully expect Ghostbusters to go back to being not as bad as it was in 2016, because Ghostbusters was never a bad franchise. But I do think Ghostbusters is going to return to its 1999 location, where we were removed from a good Ghostbusters film, and we still talk about Ghostbusters. We still love the original one, but it's not at the forefront of our minds anymore. I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong, because I do love the original film, and I really like parts 2 and whatever you will consider Afterlife. And so maybe we finally reached a point where we created something good with Afterlife to destroy something evil with Ghostbusters 2016, but the future is so uncertain, I don't know if it was worth it. Yeah, I do. I'm fucking lying right now. It was definitely worth it. Anytime we can upset Paul Feig, Melissa McCarthy, Leslie Jones, Kristen Wiig, or Kate McKinnon, hey, even Chris Hemsworth, look, you're cool as Thor, but Kevin? Come on, dude. It wasn't even funny. But I digress. Movies like this only exist to rile up the right type of person or the wrong type of person, depending on who's saying it. So failures like this are intended to rile up everyone, because Ghostbusters 2016 failing was a win for society. Seems a little extreme, but have you ever noticed since that movie shit the bed? Actually, wait. Things got a lot worse after Ghostbusters 2016, but then everything got better after Ghostbusters Afterlife. Does Ghostbusters hold the fate of humanity in its hand? Find out next time. Okay, no, the answer is no. I'm not going to make a whole video just to say no, but I did make a whole comic book just to poke fun at Ghostbusters 2016. So if you enjoy Ghostbusters, the original, not that 2016 version, then make sure you check out Wokebusters, which parodies all this woke political correctness garbage, whatever you want to call it, in a funny, accessible way. It's Wokebusters, it reads like a 1980s comedy. It's funny, it's over the top, it's got all the classic hallmarks that make 80s comedies great. And in 2022, we need some of those things to remind us how funny art and entertainment can be, because everyone is so worried about offending or being canceled. You can't cancel the Wokebusters, they're not real. But you can go pick up a copy over at WokebustersComic.com, and you can watch them fight all kinds of crazy ghosts and monsters, spewing their ugly hatred through all their bullshit, told in a very funny package. And the climax, which I'm working on right now, features a giant blue monster, very reminiscent of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, Stay Woke Trigglypuff Man, as it lumbers its way towards downtown Portland, Oregon, destroying everything in the process. The Wokebusters have to stop it and save the city. Can they? Well, find out over the summer. WokebustersComic.com. Get your copy right now. And this is a first edition copy you'll be getting as well. I'm making sure that all these books feature the first edition insignia, seal of approval from WCBS and Wokebusters. Because I'm into making collectibles, because I like collectibles. I love collectibles. I'm a collector myself. So who better to buy collectibles from than a collector? Because for me, you're going to get the best quality printed books, you're going to get high-end slime, and great t-shirts to cover your body. So folks, go to WokebustersComic.com right now. Get yourself all decked out in Wokebusters gear and be ready for the funniest comic of 2022. And if you cannot wait, go to shopwcbs.com and go buy a Wokebusters shirt today. It features the art by me right there on your chest. So go save society from itself by making them laugh, because that's how we can kill all this bullshit with humor. At the end of the day, you just gotta get these people's heads out of their asses. So folks, thank you for watching. Be smart, be safe, be cool. But before I tell you to be excellent to each other, make sure you tell me down in the comments below what you think about Ghostbusters 5 announcement, Afterlife, Ghostbusters 2016, and hit that thumbs up and subscribe button to let YouTube know that you like the content. We're on a 2022 expansion tour. Manifest destiny from one coast to the other. Which coast? All of them. Because we are World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture, and we'll be back next time with more. So folks, go out there and be excellent to each other.